Even though the iPhone 13 is still the new child on the block, rumors have already painted a picture about what the so-called iPhone 14 will look like. In this video, we'll see everything you need to know about the iPhone 14 lineup. Given that the iPhone presented in 2021 was truly branded as the iPhone 13, we anticipate that the iPhone introduced in 2022 will be the iPhone 14. It remains to be seen whether Apple will ever return to the S name, although reports suggest the 2022 iPhone will be a significant enough update to warrant a new number entirely. The major change we expect to see in the 2022 iPhone is the removal of the notch cutout. The notch design debuted with the iPhone X and has remained consistent since then. The notch stores Apple's sensors for features such as Face ID. Apple analyst Ming-Chi Kuo predicts that the notch will be removed in 2022, beginning with the high-end iPhone 14 Pro. Kuo refers to the new design as a punch-hole design. Meanwhile, Bloomberg's Mark Gurman claims that the iPhone 14 will be a total overhaul. Furthermore, Kuo claims that the punch-hole design will only be realized if Apple's prototype and production go as planned. Apple's current intention is to limit the hole punch design to the high-end iPhone 14 Pro and iPhone 14 Pro Max models. As a result, unless Apple surpasses product output goals, the regular iPhone 14 will keep the notch design. The punch hole on the iPhone 14 Pro would house the camera, which is now situated in the notch. What is unknown is what will happen to Face ID. Apple could abandon Face ID in favor of under-display Touch ID. The dependable expert Ross Young, on the other hand, has provided a little more information on the design of the iPhone 14 Pro and iPhone 14 Pro Max. Apple is likely to employ a hole plus pill design on the iPhone 14 Pro and iPhone 14 Pro Max, according to Young. While early iPhone 14 rumors suggested that Apple will have under-display Touch ID, this does not appear to be the case. According to Ming-Chi Kuo, Apple has been compelled to postpone under-display Touch ID until 2023 instead. According to Kuo, Apple's work to integrate Touch ID into the iPhone's display is made lower than projected development progress. It's also possible that Apple will adopt a less ambitious route and embed Touch ID into the iPhone's power button, like it has done with the iPad Air and iPad mini. However, Touch ID is not expected to be a part of the iPhone 14 this year. According to Prosser, at least certain iPhone 14 devices will not have a camera bump. Because of the slim design of the iPhone and the necessary thickness of camera components, the iPhone now has a protruding camera bump. According to Prosser, Apple will be able to avoid the camera hump with the iPhone 14 by making the device itself thicker. According to Kuo, the iPhone 14 would also contain significant enhancements to the front-facing camera. The most significant change will be improvements to the autofocus features of the front-facing camera. More details are unknown at this time, but the front-facing iPhone camera still has a long way to go to catch up to the rear camera. In terms of the back camera, Kuo claims that the iPhone 14 Pro and iPhone 14 Pro Max would have 48-megapixel sensors, up from the 12-megapixel sensor in the iPhone 12. Although the sensor has 48 megapixels, it is feasible that the iPhone's output photographs will still have a resolution of 12 megapixels. Apple, like other Android phones, might utilize a sophisticated scaling technique to convert raw 48-megapixel data into a 12-megapixel output image with better quality and fewer noise. According to Kuo, the video camera technology for the iPhone 14 will be updated as well, permitting 8K recording for the first time. According to Kuo, the iPhone 14 would not have a mini design factor like the iPhone 12 and iPhone 13. Instead, Kuo believes Apple will release 4 iPhones with 2 distinct screen sizes, 6.1 inches and 6.7 inches. While some speculation suggested that the iPhone 14 might employ a new processor manufactured using 3nm technology, this is no longer expected. Currently, Apple's semiconductor partner TSMC is slated to adopt an upgraded 5nm production process for the A16 processor in the iPhone 14. New flagship iPhones are normally introduced and launched in September, with the exception of the iPhone 12, which was delayed due to the COVID-19 epidemic. According to Kuo, the iPhone 14 will be released somewhere in the second half of 2022. As a result, the iPhone 14 lineup is expected to be unveiled in September 2022. Kuo also expects that the iPhone 14 Max, or whatever it is eventually called, will cost less than $900. And with that being said, it's time to end our video. What are your thoughts on the iPhone 14 speculations so far? Let us know in the comments. Like this video and make sure to subscribe to the channel for more amazing videos like this. We'll see you in the next video.